Thank you very much. And I would not like to hasten, nor would I like to take very little time either. Excellency, Additional Secretary, DIG from the police, and also the senior officers from the government and also in the private sector. See, it's a lot of knowledge which has been put before us. We see and feel that there is a host of complementarities, adjacencies, capabilities, assets and talents which we have. And still, we are lagging somewhat behind in the way that we promote tourism. From the Minister of Foreign Affairs, we could speak a ton. Just on the first day, we heard someone saying that someone needed 7 hours to speak on tourism in Bangladesh. I think he's right. I grew up in almost the most remote corners of this country and all over the world. Wherever there was trouble, my family was moving there and I was tagged along just like a puppy. And if you go to Sajek, I'm not sure if someone has gone to Sajek, maybe the police officers here might have had gone to Sajek. Sajek is in no way less than Switzerland. How many of us have seen it? How many of us will ever see it in our own lifetimes before we die? I don't think many. See, when we have 4IR, and thanks to the ICT division and the A2I, Minister of Foreign Affairs has deployed a host, an ecosystem of complementary 4IR technologies, and we're moving into the neural networks. One of the core things that we're working with is essentially branding, nation branding. And nation branding has what some say the brand hexagon. One is tourism, the first one, on top of it. When you would like to see a nation, what is a country, what the nation looks like, the first thing that comes in mind, just search your net, search any toolbar, open a tab on any browser and search Sri Lanka, search Nepal, search Brunei, search Doha, Qatar, and some maps will come up, some pictures will come up, and then you will form its first opinion probably at this moment. 20 years before, people used to read about it. Now we search the net. Google, Yahoo, it doesn't matter, wherever. So what is the image that we're projecting? That's the first one in the brand hexagon. Second is, of course, the people and the exports, what you export, what you are asked for, culture and heritage, governance, investment, and immigration. In each of these areas, what we feel from the Minister of Foreign Affairs, and we have been working on it with the University of Oxford as well. See, I teach artificial intelligence and fintech and blockchain. Those are my core areas. But I'm also deeply involved, and my ministry is deeply involved in the politics of international affairs. Our region, South Asia, connecting Southeast Asia, Asia as a whole, the Indian Ocean, the Pacific Ocean, and when you have these two oceans, you have the Atlantic Ocean coming in and all the countries around. So politics and economics are essentially intertwined together. In this context, how do we conceptualize tourism and 4IR? There's many ways of looking at this, many approaches to look at it, many frameworks, many platforms. Tourism itself is a platform industry. It's not a one product, it's not one service, it's a full platform. It's the way of being, who we are, and how we'd like to choose to engage with our ecosystem, engage with the surroundings that we have around us. Are we comfortable? Are we happy? The person who is going to Greece, the person who is going to Athens, is it the same person going to Sri Lanka? Is it the same person going to Nepal? I know that one of my very close friends from London, who was there with me in Delhi, is now in Nepal. For the last 2 years, he's hiking across the mountains or biking across the mountains. He's trying to find himself. Why is he trying to find himself in Nepal? Is it because of the Nepalese mountains and the Himalayas, or something else on both sides of the border? Who knows? It depends. One person, each individual is a universe in itself. How we try to engage that universe into our universe, that's where probably tourism comes in. For us in the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, as the Foreign Secretary has said, economy, ecology, and security are very closely interlinked with each other. Very closely interlinked. See, if it's not a government proposition, it's my personal idea that we need to have at least a 1 million strong police force. Because as the country moves forward, 180 million people, at least a 1 million strong police force is not a bad thing. Because I'd like to see my establishments, my people and my assets firmly covered and systematically ensconced. We need to have a very strong set of administration and judiciary so that there is no arbitration problem. There is no problem with law enforcement and also maintaining order. But what is also more important is that we are aware. In next 3, 6, 9, and 12 months' time, can we have a set of programs which we can deploy? We have seen the BITTE Expo. That's fascinating. I must congratulate. The Minister of Foreign Affairs congratulates the ATAB and also the Minister of Civil Aviation and Tourism for putting up this exposition. How about we take it forward? How about we actually come up with a solid and tangible plan along with the ICT division and maybe with the tourist police to see if we can deliver solid, tangible tourist results in next 3, 6, 9, and 12 months of time. Maybe a couple of years before, 10 years before, we had a Hills to the Seas program between Nepal and Bangladesh. Can we like to revive that program? Depends. So I said there are many ways of looking at things. There are many platforms. There are many frameworks to look at these things. Adaptation, aggregation, arbitration, or arbitrage. These are the three, the AAA model. Systems, processes, organizations, and cultures. These are the 4 areas that one needs to institute a certain change. And then we have urbanization, how we conceive and inceive the tenets of urbanization. And now the Honorable Prime Minister is speaking about going back to the rural areas so that we take the urban amenities and the urban services, or let's say urbanized services, or the urbanized ecosystem of services to the rural areas. So these are all part of the tourism metrics, the tourism milieu, the tourism, let's say, those who are familiar with the cell ecosystem, the protoplasm of tourism. Think about it. So it's not that it's the end, rather it's the very beginning. The very beginning. We're at the beginning of something which is coming up. Over next 1, 2, 3, 5 years of time, we'll see how it happens. I'm a core proponent of artificial intelligence, and AI may not bring in robotics, because for a country like ours, our people are not going to die. And I would like to see a human being facing me. Maybe humans will be the premium quality of services. If you have a human, your service charges will be 10 times that of a robot. It's not that robots are all panacea for everything. No way, maybe humans are. Definitely humans are, because I am a human still. Maybe I'm not a full-fledged cobot or an android or a cyborg at this moment. But there will be cyborgs, there will be robots. Robots is just an old name. So there will be cyborgs, there will be cobots, there might be aliens, who knows about that. And it's going to be fun. But humans will always be precious. And thankfully, thanks God, we have a lot of humans in Bangladesh, 180 million. If we could transform this human element into tangible energy, imagine what we can do. It's all here. It's all inside your mind, and it's all inside the ideas that drive you, the futures that inspire you, the dreams that envision you, and the visions that don't let you sleep. So that's where the Minister of Foreign Affairs is, and I'd like you to come on stage, come on board with us, and give us the opportunity to help. Minister of Foreign Affairs does not need anything from you except that you work as our ambassador. Ever got frustrated or bored with Ministers of Foreign Affairs? It's an exciting place. So come and work for us. We're there, open. Thank you.